So we're going into the barbell overhead press. This is without doubt my favorite lift of anything that I do in the gym. What we're going to do is just take you through the setup properly, just to make sure you're safe, the barbell's the right height, and you know what stance to actually go through. So, key things, we need to get the barbell set at the right height to start with. So, key rule, if you set your bar height, it wants to sit just under the bony part of the front of your shoulder. If it's too low, you're going to have to scoop underneath. Harder to get in position and using strength that you don't need to lift off. And then on the flip side, if it's too high, you're going to put yourself in a weaker position and a lack of stability and essentially an unsafe position to rack off and to re-rack. So when we're in here, I know that it's already set up well for me. Next check, the distance I've got on the outside of the hooks that the barbell is placed on. I can look at it, it's a nice equal distance. It means that when I unrack the bar, I'm not in any danger of hitting into the frame and creating that wobble and instability again. So we're just putting yourself in a position of safety and strength. So in terms of the stance that you're going to use in this lift, it depends on you and where you're strongest. So there's some factors to take into account with an overhead press. So that's the flexibility and mobility into your rib cage, your shoulders, lats, kind of all that shoulder girdle area. So that's going to dictate, can you do this lift? Or are we working on development and skill and neural pathways to actually learn it? So I'm going to get myself set up in a split stance position. There's also your more traditional kind of squat stance. Again, if you're stronger in a squat stance, stay on a squat stance. But if you're not quite sure, play around with starting a squat stance, split squat, wave your left foot forward or right foot forward. For me personally, I'm a left foot forward split stance lifter. This is where I'm strongest into my hips, into my lower core, into my midsection and my upper body. So we're going to go through a few lifts. This is a strict barbell overhead press, which means no leg drive to help you with that initial momentum. That'll be a push press. So we're going to get into the bar. Grip wise, index finger, much like a bench press, just on the outside of my shoulders. I'm going to get underneath the bar. I'm going to get the bar to the base of my neck, just where those bony bits are on the front. So I'm going to come underneath. I'm going to pull my shoulder blades down so I'm nice and stable through my shoulders. I'm going to lift off. I'm going to step back into my split stance where I'm strongest. Abs engaged, bum nicely squeezed, pushing through the shoulders. Then just an example, the movement at the top, I actually shift my body weight forward. Then if I was to bring this down now, it's just going to hit me on top of the head. So as I come down, I slightly shift my body weight back. As I clear my head, I'm going to lean forward into the lift, nice and strong. Sorry for that tricks there. And then come back, pulling my shoulder blades down. Let's do one more. Push. Nice and strong, stable. Back to the base of my neck. Squeeze shoulder blades down so you're secure. Rack. Nice and safely. Give it a go.